You know what they say? Just smile, it'll all be okay. Yeah, right. What a convenient lie for a world that thrives on masks and pretense. Okay? Tell me, how does it get better when the same people cheering for your success are the ones tightening the chains around your ankles every step you take? Want to know a little secret? Smiling isn't for you. Oh no, it's for them, for their comfort. It's the shield that protects them from seeing the storm raging inside you. They love it, don't they? Seeing you plaster on that grin while you're drowning makes them think they've won. But here's where it gets interesting. Smiling isn't surrender. No, it's defiance. Smiling is owning every ounce of pain they've thrown at you. It's not about pretending you're okay. It's about showing them you're still here. You smile not to reassure them, but to confuse them, to shatter their expectations. You're not dancing to their tune. You're writing your own damn symphony, one note at a time. And that's where the fun begins. You've been knocked down, bruised, torn apart. But then you smile, not because it doesn't hurt, but because you've made the pain yours. You've taken it, twisted it, and transformed it into armor. Every grin you wear is a battle cry. Is that all you've got? They want you broken, crawling, begging for mercy. And every time you refuse, every time you stand tall, they lose. That's real power, not in tearing others down, but in refusing to be torn down yourself. Life isn't fair. It's never been fair. The game is rigged, and the deck is stacked against you. So what? Burn the damn deck. When the flames surround you, don't run. Embrace it. Become the fire. Take all the lies, all the betrayals, every ounce of bitterness they've handed you, and let it fuel you. You're not here to please them. You're here to outlast them. They'll throw stones, laugh at your pain, and turn their backs when you need them most. And when you rise, when you've clawed your way out of the abyss, they'll pretend they were with you all along. But you'll know. You'll know who was real and who was just noise. The world doesn't owe you kindness. It'll hand you storms instead of shelter, fire instead of warmth. But here's the truth. Pain doesn't just break you. It builds you. If you let it, it becomes your greatest teacher, showing you how to stand when the ground crumbles beneath you. Most people fear falling. They fear the ground rushing up to meet them, but not you. You've hit rock bottom so many times it's practically home. And every time, you've climbed back up stronger, sharper, unbreakable. That's what scares them. Survivors terrify them. You're living proof that their worst wasn't enough. But let's talk about something deeper. Let's talk about what happens when you don't just survive, but thrive. They'll never see it coming. See, most people crumble under the weight of expectations. They conform, they play the game. They live by the rules someone else wrote, but not you. You're rewriting the rule book. You're not just taking their punches, you're learning to throw them back. You're turning their doubts, their sneers, their whispered insults into stepping stones. Every "you can't" becomes "watch me." Every "you won't" becomes "I already did." And that's the thing that terrifies them the most. They've boxed themselves into lives dictated by fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of standing out. But you've decided fear isn't your master. You've chosen to embrace it, to let it propel you forward instead of holding you back. You've realized something they never will, that the only opinion that matters is the one staring back at you in the mirror. You're not living for them. You're not here to play their games. You're here to break their illusions, to shatter their expectations, to show them what real strength looks like. And that strength doesn't come from avoiding pain. It comes from walking straight through it, from facing it head on, fists clenched, heart pounding and saying, "Do your worst. I've faced worse than you." You're not just surviving, you're building. You're taking every brick they've thrown at you, every obstacle they've put in your path, and you're constructing something they can't tear down. A fortress, a legacy, a life that stands as a testament to your resilience. And here's the kicker. They'll never understand how you did it. They'll see the result, the unshakable force you become, and they'll wonder how they missed it. They'll wonder how you turned their hate, their doubt, their attempts to break you into the very fuel that made you unstoppable. Let them wonder. Let them talk. Let them speculate. Because at the end of the day, their words are just noise. You've silenced the only voice that ever truly mattered, the one inside you that said you couldn't. You've replaced it with a roar, a battle cry, a declaration. I'm still here. And that roar isn't just for you. It's for everyone who's ever been told they're not enough. It's for everyone who's ever been knocked down and left for dead. It's for everyone who's ever been told to stay in their lane, to keep their head down, to play it safe. You're showing them a different way, a way to rise, to fight, to push forward no matter what. You're giving them permission to dream bigger, to aim higher, to refuse to settle for anything less than everything they've ever wanted. So smile, not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Smile because every grin, every laugh, every moment of joy is a victory they can't take from you. Smile because it's the ultimate act of rebellion in a world that wants to see you bow. And when they ask how you're still standing, how you're still fighting, how you're still smiling, you'll know the answer. Because you've learned the truth they'll never understand. That pain isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's the fire that forges you, the storm that shapes you, the teacher that shows you what you're truly capable of. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. And every step you take, every move you make, every smile you wear is a reminder to them and to yourself. I'm not just here, I'm unstoppable.